Welcome back, guys, to Trails of Cold Steel 4, where last episode we headed out to the rock patio with Maya to engage in a father-daughter bout, with Lecter Arundel acting as spotter for the father while Rean fulfilled that role for the daughter, as we helped her achieve victory in a sniper battle. Then after heading to Nord with Toa to pay respects to her parents as well as here where she had been bottling up, we started our sweep of Western Erebonia with Leaves, playing Vantage Masters against Sherazad, as we now start our second quest of the loop. Oh, I didn't really check what was on the board, did I? What actually was the intro? Did you see a request? I forgot. That's right, I was a little surprised, honestly. But it was nice to meet up with your old co-worker, right? Oh, yeah. It looks like I made him mad, though. Anyway, you can hear me out.
You can't hear me out. I know you're all busy, but this may be the only chance we get.
If I do that, I'll kill my voice. Well, looks like it's about the radio drama from last time. Yeah, that was hell. Hearing myself on the radio was way too embarrassing. I guess we can hear you out.
That's cold, Rean. Yeah, I think if you hear me out, you'll be interested too. Just like the request says, I want to broadcast a special episode on Radio Trista. We need to be careful with our words. We're being censored because of the war, after all. But I still want to spread my message about how we need to not lose sight of things more important than the war.
Munk, I see. And you want me to step in for the protagonist role?
Right, we want to make a new episode of Eternal Neun. But our voice actor was drafted, we're missing our voice actresses too. Since it's a special episode, I was hoping you could negotiate some replacement for the 4 heroines.
Aren't you pretty much asking for the impossible, Munk? Yeah, that's probably how most people would see it.
Please, think of it as my last request. There were so many fan letters, even a hospital patient wrote one. If the war's gonna happen anyway, I at least want them to have courage.
Right. I guess. I don't know if I'll be any good, but I'll try my best. I'm trying to wrap my brain and remember what this was, but this was like literally last year. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll be any good, but I'll try my best.
Thank you so much. I know I can always count on you, Rean.
I'm sure you don't want to waste time, so let's get straight down to the details. If I remember right, the setting is a fictional kingdom in the center of the continent. The main character's name is Neun. He is a skilled agent who carries out secret orders from the second-born princess. He has a mysterious past, white hair, wears black clothes, and uses an eastern sword called a katana. That's... Please don't say it. If anything, Neun had white hair before I did.
Hey, I think it's cool, but I can always make some changes if you're not happy with the parallels.
Don't worry about it. Why don't you tell us about the 4 heroines?
Sure, I'll get started now. First we have Selma, the daughter of a count. She's a broad-minded woman who likes to garden.
I just look at the camera.
Second is Ruri. She's a cheeky and irresistible reporter. She's the twin sister of Nene, the med student. Third have is Hein. She works as the librarian who writes unique novels. Last is Velvet, a mysterious and elusive fortune teller.
Those descriptions are too easy to match. Selma is definitely Adel, and Ruri is Vivi. Hein and Velvet are probably Dorothy and Beryl, huh?
You got it. Vivi and Dorothy are on the courageous too. Adel just happened to be here in Leaves right now.
I just saw her actually. She was talking to the instructors in the dorm. That makes things easier. What about Beryl? She can be pretty hard to pin down.
I recently received some news from the other 4's alumni. Apparently she's visiting a village you can't find on a map. I don't think it means Hamel though.
That means maybe we'll be able to find it quicker than we thought. I think I understand. We'll have to talk to the 4 of them and bring them here, right?
Right. The script is ready so we can record whenever. If something more important comes up, feel free to prioritize that over this. Alright, leave it to us.
We'll be back before you know it. Alright, well let's go find all the people. I'm going to find these people for Munk. Neun. Act. Well, first of all, we may as well check out the person who's literally here. Oh, Rean, is there something I can help you with? You're quick on the uptake. Munk actually sent us over to ask you a favor. Rean told Adel about the radio program and asked her to act as a stand-in. Sure, I don't mind at all. That's a great help, thank you. You never want to shy away from things, are you? Well, I wouldn't say I'm as brave as you, Toa, but I know Munk must be in a real bind over this. The radio station's just a short walk away from here. I'll head straight over once I've wrapped things up.
Sounds perfect. Halos agreed to perform. To Zikolagus. Who should I pick up first out of the two? I mean, they were both on the same floor? No, they're both on that floor. I don't know. No, one's... Yes. They are both on the same floor. One's there, and one is in the actual room. Yes. Yo, Rean, you need something from me? Don't tell me you've abandoned Elisa and Free to flag the Vivi ending. A bold move, sir. Also, wrong and wrong. I have no idea what that means. I'm here because Munk asked me for a favour. And so Vivi jumps in and steals him. Rean told Vivi about the radio program and asked her to act as a stand-in. Remember back when Lynn subbed in on one? It sounded so fun, maybe a little envious. Plus, the show itself is pretty highly regarded in the industry, so yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Eureka, what about bringing Lynn along too? Twins route could wind up being pretty fun. Yeah, but the comedian. Anyway, it would be a big help. Radio Trista and leaves, right? In the interest of time, I'm just gonna head straight there. Just jumps off the side. I can't wait to hear you, Vivi. Vivi has agreed to perform. So the call for a replacement actor finally made its way to me, huh? Sure thing. I was pretty jealous about when I heard Lynn on the radio. Just leave it to me. Twins route. Yes. Depravity. Nope, wrong button. Is this right? Nope. Damn it. Of course it's where the green blooming exclamation mark is. Oh, that's right. There was something I'd been meaning to ask you, Dorothy. Oh? What is it? Rean asked Dorothy if she'd be interested in participating as a stand-in for Monk's radio program. Hold on a second. I'm not really sure I'm the right fit for a lead role. That said, Eternal Neun has been seeing a silent yet steady jump in popularity among young women as of late. But forget the heroine. Neun's steamy chemistry with his rough and tumble colleague and rival is where it's really... I can almost taste it. Yeah, if possible, I'd like to be left out of whatever party planner your mind is conjuring up there. Well, personally, I say go for it. It could get pretty creatively stimulating, if you know what I mean. You're probably right. Okay, I'll do it. I'll take the plunge. Radio Trista, right? It leaves. I'll head right over once I'm finished here. Thanks, Dorothy. You're going to do great. Is that meant to be Crow? Yes, yes, it is. Dorothy's agreed to perform. I can't believe I'll actually be able to perform in Eternal Neun. It's going to give me some valuable experience, even if it is just daunting. I just have to take the plunge. So a city that's nowhere on the map. I guess this will be our next sweep because we'll have come here. Where are we looking? Looks Lene. Man, there's so many towns to sweep, it's unreal. And there she is. I had a feeling you were here, Eryn. I'd give you a lot to know why, though. She claims she got lost in the woods and simply ended up here. Walked right through the barrier and into the village like it was nothing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Sorry to surprise you all like this. Ever since I first heard legends of a hidden land somewhere in Isthmia, I've been dying to see this village for myself. It was a tough journey, but now here I am. With Beryl, I feel like trying to make sense of things only makes things more confusing. Is it even worth trying to ask you for more details at this point? I simply follow where my destiny guides me. I understand. There should be no way for a normal person to get through the barrier on her own. The teleportation stones may still be a little off-kilter. We should probably look them over one more time. A wise decision. I sense an ill wind blowing in this village's direction. I fear what the future may hold. It makes a lot of sense for an attack to happen here. Is that so? She sure is a strange one. So long as you're here, Beryl, try not to cause any trouble. I wouldn't dream of it. The Hexen clan and I are just fellow seekers of truth in a universe of mysteries. How is she the weirdest thing in this village? The teleportation stone may still be a little screwy. We should probably look it over one more time. Sounds like you put through quite the rigmarole with your trial at the Spectral Moon Mirror. Now we have a real situation. The Gnome's betrayal, the Divine Knight's battles, and the fates of Rose's dear old friends. That's all thanks to you. Take a break and rest today. You've earned it. Well, first of all, I'm just going to check a little bit more. I don't think that's the special one that's made. Because I may as well talk to these guys. Rose looks positively exhausted now I'm here. Well, it's nothing that serving her one of her favourite dishes with a hearty helping of meat can't fix. While I'm there, crisps with meat. While I'm there, I'll go ahead and give her a report about this girl here having shown up too. Take a break and rest today. You've earned it. Can Rose get to the bottom of her? Can she tell us what's going on? We got a pretty unusual customer in here the other day. I mean, it's not often that people just wander into the village, but a guest's a guest. She said she's an old friend of yours from Force. We'll be sure to show her our best hospitality. Don't worry, your friend will be fine. We'll show her some good old-fashioned Eryn hospitality. Alright, we can check Lux Lene off the sweet list.
Oh, come now. There's no need to be so shy. You want me to perform in your little drama, yes?
That's right. Nothing ever slips past you, Beryl. You saw right through us, huh? Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I don't mind. Fate must have guided you to me. Under one condition. Seeing that I finally managed to reach this village, I'd care to return as soon as this is all finished.
Of course. If you're ready, we can all head back to the Courageous Stew right now.
Ah, so it's last on your list. Interesting. Very well, let's see how all this plays out. I mean, you were last on the list because you were the...
Sorry? Beryl agreed to perform. I'm not, like, last choosing you. Sounded a bit mean. I didn't mean to neglect you. Rean and the other 4 replacements gathered at Radio Trista in Leaves. Now for the hell to begin. Once the script has been read and the cast received directions, the recording began. Didn't I have to multiple choice some stuff last time we did this? It's again a year ago. Okay, on to the next scene. It's still pretty early on when reporter Ruri first approaches Neun. Neun? How should I even pronounce that? Neun, Zen, Act. Neun? Yeah, Neun's fine. We'll go with that. She might be a nice twin sister, but she's got a hidden agenda.
Hey, Neun, you're looking as serious as ever. It's been a while since you've seen a night, right? Why didn't I patch you up instead? That's my cue.
Was that my cue or her cue? Okay. Right. From what perspective? I was expecting some more context clues than just that. Right. So, let's analyze the situation. I don't know how. I've never heard the radio show. So what the hell? I'm like, why analyze the situation? Are we just going to have Vivi playing Vivi, or is Vivi a different character than is the character? I just don't actually know. I wish we actually had, like, with the sniping multiple choice, it gave me context clues. You know what I mean? Like, it was very obvious, like, the ambush, what you should do, surprise attack. This one hasn't given me anything at all. That's my clue, but you were already being playful. I don't know. You had to redo this quest several times, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's literally nothing to lead into, so it's just a straight 50-50 shot. Good, Tempest piece. Tails. We'll drop the flirty. 50-50 to the whims of fate. In exchange for the information you've got, of course. I see how it is. You're on that side this time around, huh? And that's a wrap. That was perfect. You guys worked perfectly together, bringing out the best of both the lead and the heroine. Ah, still just open the act, Munk. A baddie at the start who goes on to play a major role. Ah, this is a pretty sweet gig. Is that what she is? I got that right. Thank you, 10 pence piece. I love you. If only I had the 50 mirror coin. Right, so are we playing opposites? Okay, this next scene is near the end of the first act. Neun found a code and goes to consult the librarian, Hein. His colleague, Act, appears. They don't get along, but they respect each other professionally. Oh, okay. Let's take it from Hein's response after saying goodbye. They appear to be only colleagues, but there's an unbreakable trust between them that can withstand any clash of their fiery attitudes. Sorry, it was just so touching. The wellspring of my heart was overflowing with emotion. Oh, I have to get it together. Work your reluctance into the performance to pull yourself together and continue. Wait, does she have to get it together? Are we doing the opposite Atlantic flow? Work your reluctance into the performance. She's not an actual actress. That's a level of act-libbing that maybe she can't do. And also, wait, no, no. Read the lines. Don't ad-lib. You're Dorothy, and it will go into dirt. You ask about the decryption, yes? It seems that the language of ancient Sumeria is the key. Thanks for coming back to your senses. Would you mind giving me the specifics? And that's a wrap. That was absolutely perfect. You guys work perfectly together, bringing out the best of both the lead and the heroine. I'm so glad I managed to rein myself in. Good job, Dorothy. So we stopped Dorothy from being Dorothy, which is kind of opposites. Good job, Dorothy. What's going to happen if things get more intense? This is the second half. Neun has survived Act's attack and has to rely on Velvet for help. She's a mysterious fortune teller he's encountered several times before. Now she says... The crystal ball and the tarot cards hint at a single possibility. Who is behind this incident and why they caused it? Now for the next bit. What? What? I mean, the other one was a bit more simple. I mean, if we're going by the rule of opposites again, it would probably be sadness because Beryl just does creepy smiles all the time. Okay, here's how I see it, right? We've gone for one option, we've gone for another option, there's another person after this, so whichever option I get, if I get right, this time, there's going to be the opposite choice next time. So if I get this one, I get the next one. That's how I feel when it comes to the game's multiple choice and it's a 50-50. So I've got to get right this time. This is obviously for AP. Do I go with the opposites or not? Sorry I take too long. I've really got to consider this. I mean, we could just redo it at the save. But the save's actually a while back now. I want my AP. Just like looking at the chat going, haha, someone must have given me a context clue and no one bloody did. Nothing I can glean from the chat. The chat has learned its lesson. Right. Let's do opposite barrel. Neun, I think you of all people should know. It's Act, isn't it? You wouldn't bother lifting a finger to help someone else unless you respected them. Something like this, the list is very small. The culprit must be... And that's a wrap! That was perfect. You guys worked perfectly together, bring out the best of both the lead and the heroine. A woman of mystery shows a little compassion. Ah, that's why the big reveal is so dramatic. Going for it. This is the climax. The government has declared martial law in the capital. Selma was pulling the strings, and now she moves to enact a plan to defeat the Chancellor. A conversation unfolds between Neun, who's made it in time somehow, and Selma, who possesses a demonic sword. I will throw my own life away for the sake of this kingdom's people. If I don't, the kingdom will fall to the crown princess and the Chancellor. Our dearest hope, the second princess, will be lost to darkness. I can really relate to her in this case. What? So, I'm just going to go with what I said before and go with the opposite choice. I mean, to be resolved at that point, and with thrusting a blade no matter what, being calm makes more sense. Yeah, even if you had given me clues, Silma would be on that like a hound dog because that would be spoilers. Yeah. Sometimes it's very obvious by chat, like an option that I should possibly take, but there hasn't been this time. But I'm going with the opposites because I've done a choice. I've done one side twice and one side once, and it's this side I've only done once. So, game theory would say that it's this one. So it's not even a 50-50 chance. It's pretty much a dead on 100% chance. Unless they trick me, and I'm overthinking it. Flip side, Neun, do not make me hurt you. I see. Your resolve to see this through is indeed impressive. In that case, I'm even more prepared to stand my ground. Well, that's a wrap. That was absolutely perfect. You guys worked perfectly together, bringing out the best of both the lead and the heroine. What was even the theme of this? I know the curse of the demonic swords, so was it really alright? I think in these circumstances, it was fine. Where was the curse of the demonic swords? Was it? You didn't even give me any more comp? You didn't give me any more context about, like, cursing swords and stuff. I think in these circumstances, it was fine. Wow, just what would I expect from Adel? The theme is guessing. Well, I'll thank the coin for the first choice. Thank you very much. Great work, everyone. I love listening to it. No, thank you. We'll be able to finish it with this. Adel, Beryl, Dorothy, Vivi, you were all great. I wish you guys would join the show as regulars, but... Gosh, Munk, it's just like you to get carried away like that, but I guess it does feel great to get complimented. It might not be too bad if such an opportunity rose again. Yes. I'm so looking forward to Neun and Ax's deepening relationship after all. After I've seen the hands of fate play out, I may help once more. You mentioned that the broadcast day is only 4 days off, right? I'll be asking Director Michael to look things over before signing off on the broadcast. I have to get the editing done today. I'm really fired up for this. That's a good question. Was there actually extra AP on the line? There usually is when these ones, but there might not be. Dorothy and Vivi went back to the Courageous Stew ahead of the others. Adel also boarded the ship before returning to the mayor. And Bell returned to Eryn Village through unknown means. The Radio Stars Reborn is completed. And there was AP on the line. Got an epic bell. And 7,000 mirror. Thank you, 10 piece. I hate those quests. They're too hard to work out. And unlike, like, even the tea stuff, like, I mean, I don't know. There was basically nothing being given to even try to make you have an informed choice. The only one that was relatively okay was the Dorothy one. That's it. Like, because she had to pull herself together. It just did seem like we were trying to make people not act like their actual personality and get on point for the actual story. That's what the theme seemed to be. But like the last one, I had no, like, the last one doesn't follow that theme, does it? Be calm, be stern. It's like, what the hell? Like, that one doesn't have like an opposite for Adel, does it? So I had to make that choice with the, like, I hate that stuff. This will be my masterpiece. It wouldn't have happened without you, Rean. Hey, honestly, I don't know how I feel hearing my voice over the radio like that. Don't say that. You've got to listen in, Rean, please. I'm glad we first tried that, because I would have done that again, because that would have infuriated me enough that I would have done it again. That stuff's not thingy, so at least we got it out the way. Oh yeah, if I report that, I get a thing, don't I? Hey, Elise.
Oh, your rank has risen.
Yes, it has.
This is for
A2,
you.
we got an Avalon
Please,
Guard.
take it.
Now the next rank is miles away.
I see. Good work, everyone. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Do, Baby Shark. I've never actually heard that song, but I've seen it written so many times, that line. Okay, an epic bell should be better than a black bell, obviously. Time art damage and has cavalry edge. Time art damage plus 30%. She's got a lot of time arts. Makes sense completely to just stick that down on you. Apart from that, we got the garb, which has strength, ADS, an absolute ton of defense, speed as well. It is the ultimate garb for you. Equally, that's for men only, so have fun with that, Kurt. It's not that much extra defense, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else can realise the actual theme of what that wanted, or actually knows, but let's go to Eryn, because we went there last time, and sort that sweep out, shall we? I always pick the wrong thing that I don't even care and just look it up. Well, the thing is, it's like partly trying to analyse a pattern, but you can't do that until you start off. So you have to get like the first few right, otherwise you can't get the last right if there's a pattern. Especially with games, it's just the way they lay it out. They don't just lay it... You never actually just get first choice, like, unlike those multiple choice things. You never just get like one choice over and over and over. You always get it, it always mixes up to a certain degree, because they have to use each button, because that's how they program it. So it's just trying to analyse that, but you still have to have a lead-in, and there was no lead-in! Our is finally old enough to offer up some proper assistance now. It's been an absolute lifesaver, especially when all the adults are getting busier and busier. Even we're feeling a little anxious too. I guess that means we only have a little time left before we're the apex of the Great Twilight. And you know what? Everything's going to be fine. Yeah, I know you can do it. And you'll have me cheering you on too, so go out there and beat this thing. Thanks, kiddo. You guys have the Ashen Knight at your side, don't you? So then if anything can tackle this, it's you guys. And you'll have me cheering you on too, so go out there and beat this thing. Yeah, okay, I've said that. I've heard that before. Give me something new.
Plenty of fish to catch here.
Yes, Macus. It's not your fault the hot spring has gone all messed up. But I said something really mean to you. Loki, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Go say it to Loki. The thing with the hot spring was my fault. Yes, well, go talk to Loki. Do we have a bath time event now? Oh, what's this? He's probably worried about his owner. Oh, we're supposed to do a blooming bonding event at this point, aren't we? Well, Eryn's not that big to sweep. Elisa, Fee, Emma, Laura, and Sarah. Right, so Elisa, Fee, Emma, Laura, Sarah. Off we go. Let's do a bonding event and then come back. So let's do Alfin's. Where is Alfin? Up here. Let's find out who we're meeting. That's Laura. Good job. We do need Laura, but still. Idol's up here now! Idol, I didn't know you were here. Well, I reached a nice stopping point in my meeting with instructors Makarov and Mary and had some time for the recording session. So I thought it might be nice to chat with my old gardening club friends. Alright, I guess you were all in the same club. Let me guess, Rean, you've got about me, right? Well, I was in the gardening club too. To be fair, this is probably the first time you've seen us all together since graduation. By the way, Idol, I saw you in the Imperial Chronicle a while back. Oh, you mean that column of Rex's, right? Women at Work. It was a little embarrassing to be featured like that, to be honest. But it was good publicity, and it did help with my vegetable sales. Vegetables, huh? Back at school, I only ever raised flowers. Might be fun to try veggies next time. I think I'd like to give them a shot too. Please do. I think you'll find it a very rewarding experience. You should both come visit my family's estate sometime. I can show you the fields I've been cultivating. I think it's about as exciting as a gardening club reunion can get. I better leave them be. They probably have a lot of catching up to do.
You have my deepest gratitude.
No problem.
Here's a little reward for your efforts.
Yes, some drops for money. I feel like every new dish I try expands my cooking repertoire. If it's not too much trouble, would you bring me some more? More unity rating, which means we get the same thing with Margarita over there. Since you're both new to growing vegetables, I personally recommend these. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. I think this is about as exciting as a garden club reunion can get. I better leave them be. They probably have a lot of catching up to do indeed. So no more dialogue with them. Here, have your encouragement.
Oh, thank you ever so much. Oh, you simply must let me reward you.
Oh, new material, all of that. I'm gonna dig in. Was it lovely, was it? An indescribable taste sensation. Alright, give me my unity rating and stop eating the weird stuff. Alright, Alfin. Let's find out what's next. This letter has piqued my curiosity, both for its contents and its seal. What should I do? It's possible this might be a trap. Let's go. Allow me to serve as your escort, Your Highness. You do want to go find out what this is all about, right? You know me too well, Rean. Are you sure it's alright, though? What if this is some form of trap? It'll be okay. I'll be right there to protect you, no matter what happens. Let's get to Valimar and head on over. Rean and Alfin awaited their chance before using Valimar's warp function to infiltrate the city limits of Heimdall. They then made their way through the uncannily quiet roads to the old field exercise camp on the South Ostia Highway. This could be dangerous. There you are. What kept you? I had a feeling it'd be you. Rean, I see you've come along as Alfin's personal escort. I must apologise for the unsightly display you were forced to witness yesterday. Your Highness. Enough beating around the bush, Cedric. Why send me a letter like that so suddenly? Don't tell me. Was this all just a ploy to get Rean to come? Nothing of the sort. I gave up on Rean a long time ago. We'll have to face each other in the rivalry someday after all. You're the one I wanted to see, Alfin. I'll get right to the point. I want you to leave the Crimson Wings. Go to Ordis. You'll be safe there with Mother until this all blows over. So that's it. As if I could ever do something so preposterous. How can you expect me to sit idly by while Oliver and his allies fight tooth and nail to... What does it matter either way? Do you honestly believe you can make a difference? The real world is nothing like the confines of the palace walls or the gates of St. Estrella. You don't stand a chance on your own. Her Highness has become an invaluable member of the Courageous Two's crew. We have no reason to doubt her abilities. Perhaps I was overstating things. I don't think you're entirely helpless. But it's a big ship, and there are plenty of capable Force students on board as it is. It's not going to drop out of the sky just because you decide to leave. Perhaps you did manage to find a purpose during the Civil War as a symbol of the Imperial family. There exists no such place for you in the squall between Jormungand and Mil Mirage. You know that, don't you? This has gone beyond just a mere domestic conflict. This is a war that could very well engulf the entire world as we know it. The fury that's about to be unleashed is greater than you could possibly imagine. It's only a matter of time before you, Oliver, and the Crimson Wings get caught in the crossfire. And once that happens, there won't be any last-minute miracles left to save you. Rean, surely you see where I'm coming from here. I know you care about Elise every bit as much as I do about Alfin. Is a warship really any place for them? Don't we owe it to our sisters to get them away from all this fighting? Well... Rean's too kind to say it, but the fact is you're not helping, Alfin. You're not a soldier. You're not even a military academy student. You have no business being anywhere near a battlefield. Think of Mother. Having you close by would be such a comfort to her. Or you could go and be with Father before his surgery, though even that's a little too close to the front lines for my liking. That's enough, Cedric.
Thank you. I know this is all your way of showing me you care.
Of course I care. You're my sister, my kith and kin. When we were children, you always stood up for my sake. Nobles who deemed me too weak to be heir. Commoners who fawned blindly over your intellect and grace. You defended me to all of them alike. I was so grateful. And at the same time, so frustrated. But now our roles have reversed. It's time for the strong to protect the weak, the way it should be. You're right. Sometimes I hate just how powerless I've been. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse to give up on myself. I'm sorry, Cedric. It's taken me this long to bring myself to say that. When your health failed you during the war, there was nothing I could do. Then somehow Chancellor Osborne saved you. But that was when your lust for power began. You were like a different person. As time went on, the change in you started to frighten me. I felt so guilty for not being there when you needed me most. I just didn't know how I could face you anymore. Perhaps a part of me felt like you'd grown up and left me behind too. Alfin. But look where that's gotten us now. You loved our family more than anyone, and yet did nothing to protect Father and Olivet from their fates. And I'm no better for letting you. Stop it. Stop it right now. I will not. We need to talk about this now more than ever. Yomengan, Milmirage, none of it means a single thing. The one thing that's always mattered to me, to us, above all else, is family. Whether Crimson or Radiant, I have no intention of leaving these wings. I will find the strength to support both Olivet and Rean, and even to stand against you should it come to that. Princess Alfin. I'm sorry you feel that way, Alfin. This was your final chance. Prince Cedric. We'll put an end to this next time we meet. Permanently. Alfin, Rean, I hope you don't come to regret this path you've chosen. Cedric, wait! Father's surgery is coming up. Is it too much to ask that you pray for him? If the whole family bands together, Aelios is sure to hear us. Majestically said, Your Highness. It's conviction like that that makes you the pride of the Radiant Wings, of all of Erebonia.
I'm sorry, Rean. I know I went too far. But I had to say something. So why? Why did things have to turn out like this? In spite of it all, he's still my brother. I'm the closest family he has.
Exactly. You reached out to him in a way only you could. He may not realize how right you were just yet. But it'll come around eventually. Kurt and I will make sure of it.
Rean. Oh, Rean.
I cut off randomly. Rean and Alfin used Valimar to escape the city limits and return to the Courageous 2. My bond with Alfin has strengthened. 5-star. You know it. Princess Alfin's bond is at maximum. I wanted to check how much hot the PS5 one, then it's nice and cool. Thank you for all the time you spent with me, Rean, for being at my side. It's been a true honour, Your Highness. I think that was the first time Cedric and I truly shared how we felt with each other. Though I didn't mean for you to see that side of me. You have nothing to be embarrassed about, I promise. You were so kind, Rean. I most appreciate it. I decided, it's finally time that I face him in earnest. Please accompany Rean. Accompany me, Rean. Please accompany Rean. Yeah. Please accompany me, Rean. I need someone else at my side. Of course, Your Highness. I'll be there for that reckoning. I wonder if Beryl's there to speak about as well. Regarding the play we put on. Oh, Dorothy, welcome back. Hello, Rean. You all got together to record a radio drama, right?
Sounds like it was a lot of fun. I'd love to hear more about what happened behind the scenes. Honestly, I was mostly just concerned with keeping myself calm and under control, so I'm not exactly confident about how my acting turned out. I have to admit, Munk knows how to put together a good script. This was worth it to help me get out of my creative slump. I'm more inspired than ever to start writing again. Good, that's what I like to hear. Did I just make the realization that basically just the entire thing was to make sure they remained professional? That was the entirety of that quest, and I didn't get that until now. To not inject themselves into it, to remain professional and just read the lines, that is literally every line, isn't it?
No.
Even the last line in a sense. I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. Munk's not the only creative one around here. Time to take this excitement and turn it into a brand new world-shaking manuscript. Good. That's what I like to hear. World-shaking. Okay. So that's another bonding event done. Along with another quest. Let's head back to Eryn. Oh, Older. We have them all. To Eryn we go. Let's leave the hot spring until I've talked to everyone, shall we? We'll leave that at the way out of Eryn. We just had a bonding event after all. Let's not have event after event. We need little breaks from the sweep side of things. That was the theme, but nothing really hinted at it? Yeah, well. I got it afterwards. I mean, that did tinge my choices. Apart from the coin flip, that was just, yeah, random. I'm exhausted. Will someone bring me something meaty and some juice and sweets while they're at it? She's really taking it easy, huh? I know you're tired, but you can't just laze around all day. Yeah, but now you know she's like literally a cat. Kinda. So what do you expect her to do? This is literally born in her personality. I do have some jobs to take care of. I was going to pop out in a bit. Besides, some carefully focused sloveliness over a short period of time will help me restore my mana. That's certainly rather skilled of you to manage in a way. You've got to be kidding me. Apparently some strange person wandered into the village. Well, it's probably fine to leave them be. They look like they're with fours. Besides, I need some carefully focused loveliness to help me restore my mana. This all makes way more sense now. Burning Sphinx lady with an aura of straight up burners all the time. Who do you think burns better? Her or McBurn? I mean, it's in the name. Actually, well, it's in the name for most of them. Burning Sphinx, McBurn. I'm gonna have a burn off. A good old burn off like we used to do in the old days. It's probably not a thing to say good, you know, have a burn off with witches involved, mind you, though. How's Beryl already back here? She must be using the spirit path, right? Thank you for that delectable experience. That program has had a ripple effect. The resonance of which was redrawn your fate. What a fascinating turn of events. Thanks, I think. Wait. I was looking forward to this radio program for many, many reasons. Okay, Beryl, how did it redraw my fate? Now all of a sudden I'm going to win the end of the game. I was going to lose until I did that quest correctly. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? It's redrawn my fate, that quest. Okay. Well, it's been a while since we were able to kick back and relax together. How's Noah been doing these days? She's starting to act a little more mature. She and that familiar of hers really seem to understand one another, so maybe that's part of it. Yeah, that's great. I knew the kid had it in her. It's up to us to stop this great Twilight, you know, to give her a brighter future. You're right. We'll keep doing whatever we can. You and me, together. Noah's grown a lot in the short time I've been away. It does my heart good to see it. Maybe I'll go catch up with her. Or actually, I heard someone from the outside wandered into the village a while back. That's a pretty rare occurrence, so maybe I'll go check that out instead. Noah's matured a little, I think. Taking on that familiar must have taught us some responsibility. I couldn't be happier. We can't just sit back and allow the world to end. We owe it to our children to give them a world worth living in. You have any call to buy? No.
we could trade for brave seeds and stuff. We're at 30 U material currently. Right, the fortune teller's home. Do you know anything about Beryl?
Master, are you sure you're okay? You scared me half to death when you collapsed like that. I always like to overreact, so I was avoiding telling you this. But I have a condition where I feel unwell if I overexert myself when using my power of divination. You're a good student, Sigyn. Learn to properly harness the power within you and keep growing. When I was young, I dabbled with some spells I shouldn't have and brought this affliction upon myself. I see, so that's why you have me focused so much on the basics. Well, don't just stand there, you have training to do. I'll be alright after I rest a while. Wow, now that you've explained that, she'd be well into the basics. I was so scared when Master suddenly collapsed. I'm just glad it wasn't serious. Still, the spirit veins aren't looking good. I have to make sure I support Master so she doesn't overexert herself. Oh no, this is awkward. I didn't want you to see me like this. I've been doing what I can to resist the twilight, but it looks like I overdid it. Don't worry, I'll be fine once I get some rest. Apparently someone wandered in through the barrier recently. From what I hear, she's a little mysterious, but not a bad person. Perhaps I'll go say hello and welcome her to the neighborhood. We have to resist the great twilight. There's no time to be lying around. I need to rest a little first, but I suppose I'd better get back to work afterward. You do that. Interestingly, everyone's reacting to Beryl, but no one's acting with any kind of alarm. I mean, can I go out this way? Nope. I guess because nothing's parked there, there's literally no reason for us to be there. Right, let's go to Gandalf's next. Actually quite a short sweep of Eryn when you think about it. But this is only one of the few places we need to go. I knew those gnomes were good for nothing the moment they betrayed our clan and tried to lay their hands on the Great One. But now it seems that the Dark Dragon's creation was just as much a disaster for them as it was for the rest of the world. Right, if what the spectral moon mirror showed us about the real mastermind is true, the gnomes have been through a lot. We may have lost our elder, but they lost the holy beast, and of course their pride. The curse shackling them ensured that loss. It's hard to know anything for sure, but it does sound like they've been subjected to an even more tragic existence than we have. Well, there's no reconciling with them now. All that we can do for them is to oppose their plans to the very end. Yeah, no need to pay tribute to them, but also to prevent this world of ours from being destroyed. Yeah, all the confidence of youth. You're welcome here any time. I'll tell you all I know about the other rivalry participants. So you're going up against the Paladin of the Night next, huh? It's both speedy and tough. Be sure not to let your guard down. Many of his past awakeners have been a little quirky. When they matched up well with Zector, they could prove to be formidable opponents. Don't get caught by his tricks. Stand your ground and fight out to the end. Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you for the advice. So there's some tricks involved in that fight, is there? Oh. Interesting. Right, I need to buy these. I need money enough to buy these and make the super talisman at some point in time as well. But again, I do have the money right now to buy them, but then I won't have money to buy anything else if I really need something else. So we know it's always there, so let's leave it there. Works. And last is the shop, and then we will go and have a little bath. How many baths have I had? Wait a second. You on the outer levels. I failed at talking to you, Alberio. Well, wait, people from the outside here? Just when I decided to help out, suddenly this happens. What's that about, huh, Adius? What's with them? That's everything I could think of, but I didn't get any real answers. I guess not everyone from the outside world is the same. They're not all so helpful and nice. I never thought people from the outside world would invade our village like this. It's really just crazy. But now I know there are all kinds of people out there, not just good ones. I can't just sit around daydreaming about what's on the other side anymore. This whole mess makes that pretty clear. Hello and welcome to Lemerick. Is there a reason you're buried in books? Well, don't mind me. Ever since the mastermind behind all of this was revealed, I've been going over the history books. I never would have thought that the Ebon Knight was lurking behind all those incidents. However, if I reapproach these documents with that fact in mind, I can easily understand what the gnomes are thinking. I can feel all my doubts and questions melting away. Wow, that's great. Would you happen to know if any new information has turned up yet? As a matter of fact, yes, in regards to the completion of the Great Twilight.
The Black Workshop is entirely unfit for this purpose, since it is cut off from the spirit veins, so they must have taken some special measures to fix that. And in contrast, we're trying to come up with a plan to strike that point. I see. If the spirit veins are connected, we might be able to come up with something. Indeed. This is thanks to you all activating the spectral moon mirror. I'm truly thankful. Ashen Awakener, Children of Fours, take care of yourselves on the rest of your journey. We will. Thank you. Speaking of books, I need to find one, don't I? I've been looking over the old history to try to deduce the gnome's next move. It's been a bit rough working for the day and nights, but there's this thing called soda that girl left here. I have to say, it's really put a spring in my step. Now that I do know where she's at, maybe I should order some next time. I like Jing has been carrying out some good trades there. The influence of the outside world is gradually creeping in. Not that it matters to me either way. Alright, no goodies. No extras there. No books. No nothing. And that is the Suite of Down. Done. Right, I now have to think of where a book might possibly be the most. Well, let's have a bath first. Rean and the others enjoyed the hot springs and took their time resting in the village. Soon enough, a familiar group found themselves together in the open-air bath. Oh my god, they're all crowding around Rean. Looks like I'm the odd man out here. I'll just be... no need to be so shy, Rean. These aren't any worse than swimsuits. Nothing scandalous here. Besides, we even have Toa here with us this time. You sure do. This has got me thinking back to when we went to the hot springs in Ymir. Time really flies. I'm still not sure why I need to be here, let alone in human form. Well, either way, I'm glad you agreed to make an exception and tag along, Celine. Can you believe your luck, Rean? You basically have your pick here, if you catch my drift. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone does, but I can't say I deserve any of this. And Sarah, change the way you're sitting. Why not? I'm the one to blame for the crisis the world is now in, the Great Twilight. And yet here I am, relaxing with my close friends. I've got so many people I can lean on and trust. I really don't deserve to be so lucky. Don't be so harsh on yourself. I think you do deserve it. Rean, it's really alright. Times like these really are precious. We've got to make the most of them. Agreed. If you wish, I'll even scrub your back for you. Take some of the edge off. Then I'll take care of his hair. Oh no, they're gonna mob me! Guys. I could help tend your ears too, if you'd like. That's Muse's job. I'll be on shoulder massage duty. This is all a little much, don't you think? You made the girls feel sorry for you, so this is what you get now, Rean. I'll grab us some drinks and maybe snag a bite or two. Rean's getting a makeover. And so, after an extraordinarily decadent soak, Rean stumbled out the hot spring, recharged in a variety of ways. CPU is restored to 5,000! Paul's Unity rating has increased. Well, that was a thing. Yes. They mobbed him. They got him. Right, I'm wondering where to go next. I'm thinking I should do Ordis. One is one of the bigger parts of the thing, but there's Saint Arc too. Oh god. Okay, Saint Arc or Ordis. Where do you think a book will be? I guess we could actually just step into them and like have a quick eyes on. That would not be a bad idea. Let's get my party back from the Courageous first. Okay, what was the party I had made? I think Muse was in it. Or was she not? Yeah, she was in it, and Elliot was in. Macias was in, and Ash was in. I remembered! Okay, off we go. Let's just poke our heads in. Essentially what we're looking for is a blue star.
that would tell us if there was a 3 and 9. There's a quest. Of course there is. Of course, we can't see inside the things, can we? So if we find a blue star somewhere, that's the point I'll go, yeah, we're doing a sweep of this section. I imagine entrance has an event. There's a green star. Okay. Sutherland! It might be inside a building, though. If there is a book at all. Oh no. Well, I'm pretty sure this is definitely less of a sweep than the other place. I see no blue markers. I see a lot of green markers, however. I have not picked up the other quest now. I'm spreading things out. Chill. Alright, so basically nowhere. Nothing says yes. Like, there's going to be a book here. So I'm going to do Milsante sweep because then it's small and it's done. And then we'll work from there. That's how things are going to go right now. That's the best I can do. That's all I can do there. Alright. It's a small sweep. We'll get this done. Hey, wait for me! Why are you returning to Heimdall right after I've been drafted? You still don't understand? What are you worried about, Mira? Our savings should be more than enough to sustain you while I'm gone. Losing the position I've built for myself hurts, but at the very least I can make sure the two of you... Exactly. All you talk about is work and Mira. You're going off to war. There's no guarantee we'll ever be together again as a family. So, if this is all you have to say before you go... I'm doing this for all of us. No, you're right. I thought I was doing what's best for Reich and my wife, but I was so wrong. I'm waiting for Reich to finish what he's doing, and then I'll return with him to the capital. My husband suddenly got very quiet. I don't know if that means he regrets his behavior or whatever. Yeesh. Oof. I've only recently learned something. Apparently Diana is related to a noble family in Lemaire. You know, I've never really stopped to wonder just who in the world is Diana? I did hear she has a daughter. Look, game, stop hinting. Just, you may as well say it outright, everyone knows. It seems like the only reason we have enough products is because Diana's family has been helping us. You know, I've never really stopped to wonder just who in the world is Diana? Let the cow the bag. That's harsh if she had any ideas for fixing my gloomy personality. Easier said than done, she told me, but we're going to try and find a way together. First, I'm going to improve my posture. It might look silly, but if I can change just a little, if it helps me be more reliable, I owe it to myself to try. If I can improve my posture, maybe I can improve my attitude too. Even if it looks silly, I owe it to myself to try. Yes, you do. Nothing to buy. Let's go up and see Diana, if she's in here. Which she is. Ooh. I'm uneasy with our level of provisions. Besides our rations, we'll need to order more daily essentials. Medical supplies are going to be tricky to get a hold of, though. I'll have to ask around again. Oh, how long were you standing there? Sorry for ignoring you. Hey, don't worry about it. You're hard at work. Is everything alright? More or less. But requisitions are getting larger and larger. It's made running the store tough, to say the least. War really is on our doorstep. Even with all my worrying, I'm sure he just thinks I'm sticking my nose where it doesn't belong. Business is fraught right now, but there must be a way through this. It's precisely at times like these that I have to pull out every trick in the book to stay afloat. Yes. He. To the church. I came to church to pray and I bumped into Nicky, who was just leaving. He said he was going to see Gali today and headed in the direction of the White Birch Inn. Lake Gala's an interesting place. I know some folklore that would have you believe something lives in the lake. No, it does. You're interested in the legend of Lake Gala. These words were left behind. The water in the lake is cleansed with mana. It reflects a person's true nature. There are some who believe the witches use the lake water in their magical rituals. I wonder what true nature would be reflected in times like these. Not good stuff. Garlies, obviously. Maybe it's woken up from its unconsciousness of being bumped on the head by the courageous. Nikki lost both of her parents when she was still very young. The church took her in and has cared for her. I don't mind that she's found something to be so fascinated by, I just worry she might fall from the terrace. I can't help but worry when it comes to her. She was much like a daughter to me. I worry so much about little Nikki. We've been together since she was just a baby, and I feel like I've become a father to her. Well, maybe you should talk to her then. Why did you pick up this book? I don't need it anymore, that's why I threw it away. But aren't you always reading it? And if your dad got it for you, shouldn't you be a little more careful with it? Oh, you're so annoying. I don't need a book that some liar gave to me. My dad used to say if you had mirror, you could do anything. So why did he go to war? Do you know what war is? He's never coming home. He left me and my mum all alone. Your dad too, huh? Does that mean you threw the book away because you were sad? No, I threw it because Dad lied. He abandoned me and Mum. That's why I don't want that stupid book anymore. It's okay to cry. I was sad when I had to say goodbye to my dad too. But you need to look after what your dad gave you. You need to keep it safe and pray to Adios for him to return. I don't believe in all that. Oh, come on, Reich. Why don't we try and pray to Adios together? I'll be right here next to you. Are you even listening to me? Whatever, I'll stay with you, if that's what you want. Reich seems to have perked up a little. I'm going to look after this book and pray for Dad. Lucas is a pain, but I appreciate him saying what he did. I'll still be his friend. Hey. You're not going to believe this. I finally found Gali. Gali has 4 legs, but sort of lolloped out of the lake. I went with Fuller to the byroad and snuck a peek from behind a tree. But Gali is way scarier looking than Saturn 940 he'd be. If he comes to town, it could be real bad news. That must be the cryptid we saw when we went to Lake Gala together. I feel bad, but if it's coming ashore, we'll have to fight it. Gali is way scarier looking than Saturn 940 he'd be. Yeah, it'll be real bad news. Well, I guess we'll go and clonk it on the head in a little bit. Maybe once we finish the sweep after all. That's another quest down and done! So I know that Sharon works for Rhineford, but I looked around every last city where the Rhineford group is active, and I still couldn't find her. Where could she be? Hey Anton, there's a war coming. You want to cut your losses and get back home to the Bill. That's exactly what my friend Ricky said. But I know that if I leave now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. There's no way I'm going to stop searching. Well, at least you're enthusiastic. Okay, I know that might come across a little stalkerish, but I don't expect her to leave into my arms and confess her love for me or anything. There's just something I want to say to her. She carries so much sadness with her and it breaks my heart. So I can't give up. Not yet. Not until I see her again. I understand you won't stop your search, but please be careful. I will. Sorry to make you worry. Can't believe I still haven't found her. If this were LaBelle, I'd put in a request with the guild, but things are a little more complicated here in Erebonia. But this isn't the time to grumble. I'll search every last reach of East Erebonia if that's what it takes. Down we go. Don't push yourself too much when I'm not here, okay? Make sure you walk slowly and rest often to avoid straining yourself, okay? If something happens, I won't be around to help, and everyone else in the town has things to... Come on, I know that. You don't have to spell it out. I can't believe that even in times like these all you think about your parents. I feel like I'm somewhat responsible for you receiving your draft card. If only my legs weren't bad. Maybe if I could move properly, then you wouldn't... Dad, damn it. Why are you going on about something like this when I've already accepted it? Sydney is doing his best. We have to pull up our socks too. I'll make it back home. And back to the inn. I've got no doubt about it. I know how my father feels. That's why I have to make it home. Back to my hometown and back to the inn. Even after he's been drafted, Robert still puts his old man first. Hey, that has to be like this, but I have to accept the determination of my only son. Indeed you do. It's nice that he actually gives a crap. So, you know. It's nice that you've been the type of father that makes him give a crap. More to the point. More and more goods are being rationed lately, but at the same time more is being requisitioned too. Diana's thinking up a strategy for everyone to get the supplies they need. It's not much in the way of thanks, but I thought I'd share some homemade cooking with her later. Even though things at the store are tough, Dinah's thinking of a strategy for us to get everyone the supplies they need. Okay, no double. Alright, that's Milsante. So I guess we'll mosey on down and say hi to a cryptid. Sounds about that time. Now, is this a cryptid? Because it's a quest monster and not a other monster, it doesn't sound like it might give me a lost art, to be honest. I heard from Nikki that Gali had come ashore, so we went to the byway to give it a see for ourselves. I caught a glimpse of it from behind a tree. It was even more scary than I imagined. Even Nikki was spooked. It doesn't seem to be a regular monster. I wonder where it came from. Got a look at Gali behind a tree and I don't think it's a normal monster. Yeah, where did it come from? Oh, the great beyond! Right, so let's drop a save before we go to battle. Plus, it's probably been an hour since we last saved after all. Which makes a very good reason, a very good case for saving. And head on down. Is this going to be the longest 3-day yet? It's starting to feel like it. Do a quest, do a bonding event, and then we'll hit up a town. Because at this point, I think Audit is too big to do in the remaining time. But, you know.